So I got a comment on our website. Lindsay from Texas wrote in and said, I have a few suggestions for WTF. 1. Mole. Not the rodent, but the kind of meat dish you'd see at a Mexican restaurant. So Lindsay, today's WTF is exactly that. Today's sponsor is Dishcrawl. You can check them out online at dishcrawl.com. Dishcrawl is a new website all about bringing people together who love food. Sometimes it's people that know each other, and sometimes it's complete strangers, but it's always over meals, either one dish at multiple restaurants or multiple dishes at multiple restaurants. They're hosting crawls all throughout cities, and in New York, they're hosting one on May 30th. If you're around, you better go. Check them out online at dishcrawl.com for more info. I did some research on mole for you, Lindsay, and found out that mole is a traditional sauce and dish from Mexico. Now, there are all different types of moles throughout Mexico. There are black moles, red moles, green moles, Colorado moles, and yellow moles. Which one doesn't fit? Now, all moles basically have chili peppers inside of them, and they can have multiple types of chili pepper or just one, depending on the region. Common chili peppers to find inside of mole are ancho chilies, pasilla, mulatto, or chipotles. Plus, there are usually a lot of spices and other ingredients inside of the mole. In fact, a mole might have as many as 30 spices and ingredients inside. However, there's one common ingredient found in so many moles that's really exciting: chocolate. So how did mole come to be? Legend has it that a bunch of nuns that were poor in Mexico got wind that their archbishop was coming to pay them a visit. They wanted to prepare a meal for him, but just didn't have a lot of money to do so. So they scraped together what they had, which was a bunch of different types of spices, a little bit of chocolate, some nuts, and chili peppers. They ground it all together and made some sort of stew, and that was the first mole. They served it over turkey. So the problem with mole and how it affects me is that mole is really hard to make. It's not hard, it's just really laborious. You have to grind all the ingredients really slowly, toast them all individually. So you have two camps. You have these hyper authentic moles, which are really rich in flavor but take a day to prepare, and then you have these not so great moles, which are kind of not really hitting it. So I worked long and hard and came up with a recipe that I think hits most of the important flavors of mole and kind of sticks to some of the traditions, but is a heck of a lot easier to make. First, separate the seeds from the flesh of 6 guajillo peppers, 6 dried pasilla peppers, and 1 dried chipotle pepper. Add the flesh to a bowl with hot water and let them reconstitute while you keep working, and reserve the seeds. Sear some seasoned chicken in a large, heavy-bottomed pan with a tablespoon of oil. Then turn off the heat. Meanwhile, add 4 tomatillos and 1/2 cup of chicken stock into a blender, and blend this until smooth. Turn the heat back on your chicken and add some oil. Then pour your tomatillos through a strainer and into the chicken. Let this cook for about 30 minutes or until the tomatoes are basically a paste. Meanwhile, add your chili pepper seeds to a dry, heavy-bottomed frying pan over medium heat, along with 1/4 cup of pecans, 1/4 cup of peanuts, 1/4 cup of almonds, and 1/2 cup of sesame seeds. Let this all heat up, stirring occasionally, and let it toast a bit, but don't let it burn. Now add all of your nuts to a blender along with 1.5 cup of chicken stock. Blend until the mixture is as smooth as you can get it, and you might have to add a little bit more chicken stock as you go. Then pour that mixture into your chicken and tomato mixture. Finally, add some vegetable oil to that same skillet you've been using and add a diced up onion. Let that caramelize. For the final blending, add your caramelized onions, your reconstituted peppers, and some of the water you reconstituted them in, 1 ripe banana, a teaspoon of minced garlic, 1/4 teaspoon of cloves, 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper, 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/2 teaspoon of thyme, and 2 cups of chicken stock. Then blend until it's super duper smooth. Now pour that entire mixture and let the mixture come to a simmer. Add 2 cups of chicken stock. Add 1/4 cup of dark chocolate that's been chopped up, along with a palmful of brown sugar, a squirt or 2 of some fresh lime juice, and 1/8 cup of vinegar. Let it simmer until the chicken pulls apart from the bone, then remove, plate, and enjoy. I covered mine with some fresh cilantro and cotija cheese, but you don't have to. So that's my take on a mole. I'm sure a lot of people are angry because it's not super traditional, but I think it captures a lot of the traditional flavors of mole with all of the work left by the wayside. Try it, let me know what you think, and tune in tomorrow for another WTF. Be sure to check out our sponsor dishcrawl.com and join them on their crawl March 30th. See you tomorrow.